Hey everyone, welcome to Sports Bet Talk and to our Week 15 NFL lines picks. I don't know what to call this series. I need a fancy word for it. But anyway, just to explain the rules, if you are new here, we just do $10 flat bet across the board. It doesn't matter what the odds are, plus or minus, and it's always just on the money line instead of the spreads. So it's just who's going to win the game flat out. Doesn't matter about anything else. And then more recently, I just added on, we do a little parlay, 3-team. Last week, I joked about doing a 4-team, which I wish I would have done because I won it. So, but we don't calculate that into our winnings or our losses. So, looking at what happened last week, I had a very good week. Hopefully you did too. And so that's 2 winning weeks in a row. I had $32.50 made off just regular bets, and then I had a 3-team parlay that I hit on with Minnesota, Green Bay, and Kansas City, which would have made me $24, and I joked about adding Baltimore to what if I would have made me $45, making a grand total of $77.50 potential. I had kind of an unfortunate situation with New Orleans. That was a close one. Miami was also a close one. Both of those that hit, the number would be quite different. So it was with Oakland. I was on the right side to start off with, and then I was looking at it. I decided to go on the other side of it and take Oakland instead of Tennessee. So that was unfortunate. But as always, guys, we'll jump into this one. But before we do, play responsibly. Please, please, please do not go above your means. That's why I like this. Just $10, something people can do if you go for a weekend. Or if you're close by, you don't have to do all my picks. I'm never forcing you to do anything. But if you'd like to, it's a good fun way to see maybe how I come about coming up with my choices here. So let's look here at the very first one, Thursday night. We're doing this Wednesday. So other disclaimer, be careful when you pick. Decide if you want to bet early in the week, late in the week, if you have the option to, because sometimes these numbers do change. So New York Jets at Baltimore. Spread is 16. You can get 14.5 depending on where you go. That's quite a drastic change. Over under is 45, and the money line is Baltimore minus 12.25. New York Jets plus 7.75. Jets don't have any business winning this game. We won't spend much time on it. Baltimore's going to win. New England at Cincinnati. New England is minus 440. Cincinnati plus 350. Point spread is 9.5. So looking at almost 10 points there to cover that one. I guess 10 points is to cover that one. And the over-under is 40.5. I like the under here. I don't think Cincinnati contributes. I don't think New England has the offensive power to put up any points. That's a pretty low total as it is, but I still like the under. I'm on that one. I like New England here. Also not going to spend a lot of time on it. I don't think Cincinnati's actually good. If they win this one, I'll be quite impressed. Or maybe more worried about the Patriots. So next we have Seattle at Carolina. This is moving into Sunday afternoon, or no, this is still Sunday morning. Whatever. Caesars has them at plus 6, minus 6 in favor of Seattle. The over-under is 48.5, 48, depending on where you go. Pretty high total there. Carolina's plus 220, Seattle minus 260. Taking Seattle here. I don't think Carolina's good. They've been really struggling. I've been making a lot of money betting against them, and so I don't see a reason to stop here. I don't see how they could potentially beat Carolina. So, yeah, or beat Seattle. Tampa Bay at Detroit. This is a hard one, man. Detroit's plus 150, Tampa Bay minus 170. Makes the point spread's 3, sorry. Really makes the... it's real tempting to bet Detroit here with that plus money, but I think Tampa Bay is the better team. So we'll take Tampa Bay here. No real underdogs yet. Bears at Green Bay. Bears plus 185, Green Bay minus 220. I think the Green Bay Packers have looked a little worrisome recently. And Chicago has looked pretty decent. The point spread is 5. Kind of weird. I like that point spread, though. I think it'll be a pretty close one here. Chicago's kind of figured out how to use Trubisky a little bit. They're turning him into Lamar Jackson, and so making him just a runner. But I do just like Green Bay at home. I don't think that the Bears win this one. Yeah, the over-under is 40.5. That might be one I bet over. I think this will be a higher scoring game than some might think. Denver at Kansas City. Denver plus 370, Kansas City minus 460. I think this is a trap game. This is what happened last week for Denver. They caught the Houston Texans right after beating the Patriots. This is what we're finding with Kansas City here. And a game that really was theirs the whole time, but they kind of let off the gas a little bit. So maybe a little, hangover from that. And Denver's looked really, really good. I think they are the best. What are they, 4 or 5-8 team? I think they are the best team with a losing record that clearly hasn't given up on the season. Even though I think that maybe they should get themselves some picks and whatever. But I'll take Denver here at Kansas City in a letdown spot. I think Drew Lock continues to shine. I think they figured out something too with passing to their tight end. Seems like every other pass is to a tight end. Which, if it's working, it's working, right? Moving along, we got Miami at the New York Giants. Looks like the point spread is 3.5 in favor of the Giants. 46.5 is the total. That seems pretty low for two teams with no defense. I guess they do have struggling offenses. But I'm going to take Miami here at the plus 160. New York Giants minus 180. Definitely take Miami. I think they are the better team, as hard as it is to say. The Giants looked all right against the Eagles, but then something happened. It's kind of just wheels fell off, I guess. So I think Miami, they're still just continuing to play. They don't care that they suck. They just want to play. So taking them. Houston at Tennessee. Houston is plus 130. Tennessee is minus 150. I think Houston, they kind of got up last game against Denver at the end. They were starting to do some stuff. The point spread is 3. Tennessee is amazing since Tannehill started. I think this is for the division, I think they're tied right now, so this will break the tie. I like Houston with the plus money. It's so hard because I keep losing money betting against Tennessee. But I do think Houston is the better team. That's what my problem is here. The over-under is 50.5. I think that'll go over. I like Houston on the road with the plus money. It's just too tempting for me not to take it. I don't think that's when I bet in real life, though, because, yeah, it's just a coin flip to me, and coin flip games are not worth betting. So Philadelphia at Washington. I'm taking Philadelphia here. I think Washington won. And they looked pretty good. The over-under is 40.5, depending where you go, 40. I don't know what to read into that. Seems like that's going to go under because Philadelphia has no offensive weapons. Yeah. Point spread of 4.5. Philadelphia minus 200. Washington plus 175. I am actually really tempted to take Washington here. I think Philadelphia might be looking ahead to Dallas. They obviously won. Dallas lost. So I think they're tied in the division. I think they play next week. And Washington, I don't know, but they've given up, it seems like. No, but they played Green Bay close. I'm going to go with Washington. They won one, played Green Bay close. Philadelphia looks struggling. Unless they figure something out, I think Washington's the one here to go. But I'm not going to bet that one either because that is the game of just terrible teams, so no reason to pick one. Cleveland at Arizona. Moving into afternoon on Sunday, you got minus 2.5 in favor of Cleveland. The over-under is 48. I like the over there, I think. Anyway, Cleveland minus 145. Arizona plus 125. I keep betting Arizona. I like them. They keep it close. I think I saw somewhere that they've been 5-1 against the spread over the last couple games, which is really good. I like Arizona here to break through. I don't know. Cleveland does have a little bit more to play for. So take what you will, I guess. But, well, I'm going to go with Arizona at home. Jacksonville at Oakland. Jacksonville plus 250. Oakland minus 300. Point spread is almost a touchdown. I find that crazy. But Jacksonville just looks like a team that's given up on the season. They're struggling. So I like Oakland here at home with the black hole. I bet them last week. They put up pretty good points. Tennessee put up more points. Jacksonville, I don't think, could put up enough points to match Oakland. So I'm going to take Oakland here, minus 300. Minnesota at the LA Chargers. Minnesota is minus 143. Chargers are plus 125. I think that's way too close for teams that aren't close in my mind. Point spread is 2.5. Over-under is 45.5, 45 depending where you go. Ooh, even 44.5. So you got a whole point there difference. So make sure you shop around. I'm going to take Minnesota here. I don't think the Chargers win this one. They looked really good last week against, I think, Jacksonville. Minnesota's a whole different animal. I think I heard Adam Thielen's coming back for Minnesota, so that's good news for them. And I'm going to take Minnesota here at minus 145. I think they got some great value there. Don't have to bet a lot to win a decent amount, which is nice. Rams at Dallas. Dallas is 100, so just double your money. Rams are minus 120. Point spread is 149. Excuse me. 49, 48.5, depending where you go for the total. I like the Rams here. I think they're just way better than Dallas, and Dallas is looking ahead to next week just as much as the Philadelphia Eagles are. This game doesn't really matter a whole lot for Dallas, I think, as long as they win next week. So Rams have everything to play for here, taking them. Atlanta at San Francisco. Wow. The point spread is 11, 10.5, depending where you go. Over-under is 47.5. I like that to go over, by the way. Ooh, you can get 46.5. Definitely take that one over. Atlanta is plus 400. San Francisco minus 476. I think San Francisco is feeling high off the win last week. I don't know how to read this. Atlanta seems honestly very tempting here. They seem to have figured some stuff out. And San Francisco might be coming down off a high. I'm not betting this one in real life because I'm not confident San Francisco shows up. And I'm not confident Atlanta shows up. But for this, I think I'm going to take Atlanta on the road plus 425, kind of as a long shot there to win me some good cash. Just because they show up occasionally. Doesn't look like they've quit on the season. And San Francisco might be a little bit of a letdown. We'll see. Sunday nighter, Buffalo at Pittsburgh. Buffalo plus 115. Pittsburgh minus 135. I'm taking Buffalo all the way here. The over-under is 36.5. I'm going to take the over. 36.5, that's 18 points a team. Their defenses are both pretty good, I guess. But point spread is 2. Insignificant point spread, in my opinion. I would just bet whoever you think is going to win. If you think Pittsburgh's going to win, I would do money line because you get the juices less. Oh, keep yawning. If you think Buffalo's going to win, take Buffalo plus 115. Get some extra money there. I'm going to take Buffalo. I think they're the better team. I think Pittsburgh looked good against some lesser foes. So I like Buffalo here. They played Baltimore close last week too, so kind of coming off a disappointing loss. If they win this, I think they are in a showdown next week or the week after with the Patriots to take number 1 in the division, which could be quite the jump. And going into the Monday nighter, Indianapolis at New Orleans. Not much to read in here. New Orleans minus 440. Indianapolis plus 350. Over under 60. Point spread is 9. I think New Orleans is frustrated after last week. So it could be a little bit of a dangerous spot for them, but they have extra time to prepare. I guess 1 extra day. And they don't have to travel, which is nice. So Indianapolis looks like they're reeling. New Orleans still has a lot to play for, playing for that number 1 spot. So take New Orleans here at minus 440. As I mentioned at the beginning, we do a 3-team parlay, and this is honestly the hardest one for me. And so I'm just taking a bunch of favorites this week. And so I'm taking Baltimore at minus 1225, taking New England at minus 440. I guess the one that I don't really want to, we're not going to win any money if we don't. And anyway, the other 3 team, I'll take New Orleans at minus 440. Just all the other teams, the one that, I don't want to risk one of these. I'm not confident in almost any of these games this week. There's a couple I'll probably bet, but for the most part, I'm staying away. And yeah, so that brings us to the end of this episode of Week 15 NFL picks. Looking at the money lines here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. You can always subscribe and like the video. Helps out the channel a lot. If you want more content, I do have a little series going of explaining what different bets are. Why I like them, why I don't like them. Could be nice for you. Could be helpful if you're kind of new to the channel or new to sports betting and trying to get some more information on that. So be on the lookout for a new episode of that. Hopefully within the next couple days I'll have that up on spreads. I believe this one will be. And thanks again for watching, and good luck this week. And I will see you next time. Thanks.